Hi everybody, this is Cheyenne with Sugarmoon. How you guys all doing? I hope that you guys are all having a beautiful day, night, wherever you guys may be in the world. And I hope that you guys are making sure to take care of your energy as such, okay? Today it is quite cloudy. It's been like the sun's been peeking through here and there, kind of playing peekaboo right now. So I think that's quite symbolic. But I'm going to go ahead and this is going to be a video of course, an astrology update as well for the Starseeds and Twin Flames. Mind you, if this does resonate and you're on that journey, then hopefully it does. It will not resonate with everybody. Mind you, it's general, so take what does and throw the rest, okay? And when I refer to divine masculine and divine feminine energies, I typically mean by the energies within us, especially for the twin flame journey. Mind you, we are both. It's important to balance out both in order to create harmony and balance, okay? So, but predominantly, whatever you teeter-totter to, that's pretty much what energy you kind of embody the most, okay? So... Alright, this is an astrology update, energy update as well. You know the drill, a lot of animal totems. I'll talk about astrology, numerology, and then I'm going to be recommending, and symbolism, as well as I'm going to be recommending music, books, and shows that Spirit has been recommending for people to watch. So if you feel interested in that, then that would all be provided in the link below. As well, I try my best to keep up on, trying to stay up on linking things, you know, but I'm very forgetful. Anywho, so... if you guys want to follow me on Instagram as well as are you interested in listening to channeled messages through music, okay, with your counterpart, I have that also linked below, the Twin Flame channeled music playlist. But if you guys want to follow me on Instagram, I kind of post a little bit more often on there. So, alright, let's hop in. I have my notes here that I take. So astrology wise, be on the lookout for, again, I mentioned this within this previous video. The previous astrology update was the full moon in Scorpio is going to be on May 7th this week, so we're feeling a lot of like transformation, like heavy phoenix death Scorpio type of energy right now. So, and mind you, it is a super moon and also the flower moon, so it's going to be kind of like having hues of pinks and also representation of all the pink flowers that Spirit's been blessing us with lately, like pink tulips, cherry blossoms, etc. But Scorpio, this full moon or super moon in particular is going to be quite heavy as far as like releasement wise. So Spirit is really recommending that we go with the flow and just release control because it is ruled by the planet of Pluto, right? And Pluto went into retrograde as well as Venus went into retrograde. Okay, so that's the divine feminine energy which represents Venus. But Pluto is all about control, releasement of control, recognizing that the control issues that we may possess and hold within us that needs to go and leave, as well as there's many more that ties into Pluto as well. It's kind of like an ego death that we're experiencing right now is what Spirit likes to show me, which is why possibly if you guys been seeing a lot of butterfly totems, a lot of phoenix type of things or lotuses, you know, it's just a form of being like buried underneath certain like or going through a cocoon phase or a hermit phase, you know, that type of thing, kind of like that Virgo like energy, and going within and kind of diving deep and kind of figuring out ourselves and pretty much everything around us. Like a lot of people were being forced into going to hermit mode, which is this whole quarantine deal, okay? But this is really, really impactful because this ties into what was going on in April with the Great Awakening on the 444 portal day, okay? So also today is Star Wars Day, so May the 4th be with you, any Star Wars fan, as well as my cousin's 1 year anniversary of passing away. So shout out to him, you know, as he transitioned 1 year ago on this exact day, and he was a big Star Wars fan. So he also is a person or a spirit that likes to help me in the spirit realm every now and then, as far as like channeling wise and uplifting messages and everything like that. So I made a post about him on Instagram, so if you guys want to know a little bit more about that, go ahead and links down below. By the way, Mercury retrograde is right around the corner with the Gemini season approaching us fast, and as well as the eclipse season, so I'm like, oh fuck, I'm already feeling my throat going like blah, blah. Okay, so yeah, shout out to him, much love to him, love him, and thank you. Okay, so, and I also want to say thank you so much to those who are following and who are liking and subscribing and everything like that, and to my Starseed family, my spirit guides and ancestors, and pretty much anybody who's supportive right now of me during this time period. Like, I really appreciate it, and much love to you guys, and I wish you guys all the best, okay? So, Numerology I've been seeing now is 111, 1111, 222, 333, 444, 555, 66, 777, 717, 707, 808, 818, 999, 1010, 1001, 1212, 1221, 2121, 121, 144, 34, 43, 44, 32, and 123. The one that's been standing out in particular are the 1111, 333, 707, and 808. Okay, and as well as 111, 222, 444, 66 or 666, 1001, and 121. Now, the 1111, I always talk about this. This is like pretty much the first initial number that you see during your awakening phase as well. So 1111 is more so like that coming into union with oneself as well as spiritual awakening. So kind of ties into the butterflies that you've been seeing, as well as the 111 energy, right, which represents new beginnings on the horizon that's coming forth towards you or is in transit, as well as 333, which is that empress-like energy, as well as fertility. Okay, it's also like that magic type of number, as well as like the divine feminine ascended masters coming in, as well as divine masculine, but in particular, since it's Taurus season, right, ruled by Venus. Okay, a lot of divine feminine ascended masters are coming in right now into the mix in order to help heal, right? It's kind of like that mothering type of energy, the healing of the mother that is happening at this current point in time, which is why I keep referring to different deities or goddesses, or, you know, that type of thing that you guys been connecting to. Okay, so 6-6, which is like that unconditional love number, as well as some people, places, and things coming back to that past. So it's like that 6 of Cups energy that I'm receiving within the tarot that they're showing me, as well as like balance being restored. Okay, so if things have been really chaotic, you know, if it has been, then a lot of balance is going to be restored pretty soon. Okay, it's all in divine timing. 707 stands out the most, and funny enough that my username and my email is like, I changed it all to Sugarmoon 707, right? 7 is my favorite number in particular. It's always been, but it's also a very highly spiritual number as well. It ties into the 1111, which is spiritual awakening. But the 7 also represents like the 7th chakra, which is the crown chakra, which is the violet flame, like downloads from the crown, you know, claircognizance like type of abilities is what they're seeing, like showing me, as well as that lucky energy, like the 777 type of thing going on. But 707 stands out in particular because I love this one anime, and it's called Nana, which is in Japanese the number 7. Okay, so it's about pretty much two individuals, two divine feminines who cross paths after taking that leap of faith towards leaving all that they've known in order to create a brand new life for themselves. And then they cross paths with one another on a train while it's snowing, and they both realize that their name is Nana, and it's the number 7. And then they stayed in an apartment and got an apartment together called 707. So that is like one of my favorite anime manga, hands down. It's like slice of life as well as seinen, which is like college life. It's just very realistic, and it made my heart hurt. I would cry, I would get angry, I would get mad, I would be laughing, and it's just a really roller coaster. So check that out, Nana. As well as I love the music, so it ties into like rock music. Like I love guitar, like drumming, like bass, like all the different types of like things that come with, you know, the whole music scene. Okay, so 808 is, I always talk about 808 and how that ties into like the Hawaii grid points and stuff. So how that's also a representation of the Leo energy that I've been feeling. I was also seeing 707 on the clock. But 808 like also ties into the Lion's Gate, so I feel like there's something significant going on within August around that time. I'm not too sure. It possibly can tie into what unions, like a bunch of unions happening within that time, which is typically usually what happens around Lion's Gate. But it's also like that strength as well as releasing and letting go of that ego type of energy. But like again, it's the zip code for Hawaii, which is like, you know, a grid point, a very luscious and spiritual area. Okay, so as well as people say Hawaii is like the heart of the world in a way, like the heart in a way. So it kind of reminds me of like the 808 drum, like heartbeat, like an 808 drum type of thing. So that's cute. So if anything, your counterparts are probably saying your heart makes you make my heart beat like an 808 drum, or that type of thing, you know. Or it could be centered like feeling like you're at home with somebody, or you're just at home in yourself, like realizing that you are home, okay? No matter where you go. And answering to your call. Oh my gosh. Answering to the call, which is like your life purpose, I guess, or whatever you were destined to set out to do. Not hiding yourself. And that goes for me as well. Okay, so good. Okay, 1001, which is that mirrored numbers, as well as the end of a cycle, like a completion, the start of a new one. Okay, so it's very important, as well as the 1010 energy that I've been feeling. But 1221 has been standing out in particular. A lot of the 21 energies and 1212, which is like that fertility energy, as well as like, for me, 12 represents the 12th house, which is Pisces. So I feel like a lot of Neptune illusion-like energy is going on right now, like a lot of Eight of Swords, but having to look past that, having to have a higher perspective of it all, kind of like an eagle would be, or right? Yeah, so 1221, and also it's mirrored numbers, so you could be possibly mirroring your counterpart, like in many different ways. I always mention that within previous videos. Okay, so, and then the synchronicity 121, which is going forth, taking action towards your goals, okay, that you have in mind. Okay, animals that I've been seeing a lot are raccoons, hummingbirds, owls, bunnies, foxes and wolves, coyotes or dogs, which is the canine energy for divine masculine. I've been seeing a lot of deer and male deer, which is like stags. Like the ones with the antlers and everything like that. So also frogs. I've been seeing a lot of frogs, which and then black cats or black panther. I also seen an orange tabby, like an orange cat. So I've been seeing a lot of like mountain lion or bobcat type of synchronicities for the divine feminine energy, as well as swans and storks. So swans is like that unconditional love, soulmate energy, and the storks and the bunnies is tying into the fertility that I've been feeling. So a lot of sexual energy as well as sacral chakra activations going on, going along with the Kundalini awakening process that we got going on. A butterfly just went by. Oh my goodness. Okay, so a lot of nightingales, a lot of like singing, not being afraid to speak out. This is the season of using your throat chakra as well. Butterflies and moss, so butterflies, which is that transformation, of course, as well as new beginnings on the horizon, as well as like spirit being near you and watching over you, okay? And then there's moss, which represents the opposite of a butterfly for me, which would be like that death, Scorpio-like energy, okay? And then people would say like a moth to a flame type of thing, like the attraction is so immense that it feels like a moth to the flame, like you feel like you're gonna get burned, like the illusion that you're gonna get burned, but not. Also the need to have firm boundaries as well. So they're showing me like beavers, which is, I don't know, they showed me a beaver, this is random. It like laying a very firm foundation for yourself. So the creation, like focusing on foundation points, right? So whether that be within your friendships, whether that be within your relationships or your finances or your home life or your mental state or emotional, it's building better foundations for yourself to fall back on, okay? And then the destruction of the old. Okay, and then also eagles, hawks, and crows. So again, eagles being able to see from a higher perspective, to fly above the storm, and very sacred creatures, okay? As well as spirit watching over you as well. Hawks kind of tie into that, as well as someone having a close eye, like watching type of energy. So it gives me like that Page of Swords, if you guys know what that means in the tarot deck. As well as crows, which is that, again, Scorpio energy, but also in native culture represents what is right and what is wrong, like that yin and yang type of energy going on. And then grasshoppers, which is leaping forward, like leap forward, which kind of ties into the frogs, which is like that kissing a lot of frogs, kind of like ties into like that frog prince, frog princess type thing. Okay. And then raccoons, for me, have been a shock because raccoons represent like, again, with that black and white, as well as like at night type of behavior, like sneaky behavior. And they're very smart individuals, smart creatures, okay? It kind of reminds me of like the raccoon and the hummingbird that's in Pocahontas that they've been showing me. So like kind of like her spirit guides or like the spirit animals that she was surrounded by that were helping her, aid her. So, okay. And then right now I'm going to go into symbolism. I've been seeing a lot of rings, pendants, and crystals, like a lot of green and blue pendant and crystals. So it ties into like, I mentioned this in the previous video, which is Violet Evergarden. And Violet Evergarden is like, for me, it makes me think of like a lot of past life regression work, right? As well as unconditional love, like love being shown in many different ways, not just one way, but many different ways. Okay, so, and then like, what I mean by the green and blue pendants and crystals, I've been seeing a lot of like aquamarine, lapis lazuli, you know, blue calcite, like type of crystals that look like the ocean. It's very beautiful, okay? But then with the green, I've been seeing a lot of like jade colors as well, like the crystal jade, and then also emerald, like emerald would be another one. So it kind of ties into when Violet Evergarden, the reason why she liked that pendant so much and why her counterpart Gilbert got it for her is because it represented his eye color, and he was confused. He's like, you don't want your own eye color, and she's like, no, I want your eye color, like in a pendant form. She just thought it was very pretty. But the thing is like, I feel like this ties into it possibly could be about eyes, and I will tie into that a little bit later, because I will talk about why eyes are so important and why it's the window to the soul and everything like that. So okay. A lot of rainbows, piano and guitar synchronicity. So I've been connecting a lot with rock music, classical rock music, as well as classical music in general. So really old times, if you tie into like vintage, like a lot of vintage, past life, like visions, as well as like dreams are coming to the forefront. So that's why that Pisces energy is being like, if you've been seeing fishes a lot, you know, as well as water energies, about getting in touch with your emotions, diving deep, and kind of like finding aspects of yourself that you never really like had the time to do before, but now that you do, it's advised to do so. Kind of like meditation. I also have a meditation and sleep playlist in my in my channel, so if you guys want to go ahead and check that out, that can also help as well, especially with chakra clearings, chakra healing. So Spirit's saying if you guys need to meditate on some chakra music, go ahead and do so. I have some that's in that playlist. Okay. A lot of dancing as well. Like, and what I mean by that, like dancing in any lifetime, it feels like they show me like dancing in many different forms, right? In many different parts of the world. So, and dancing is also a way to project energy as well as get more in touch with your soul, like, you know, moving. Like it's you know how music, they say, is like what does it say? Music for the soul type of thing. It's healing. It can be very healing when you move your body around. And it doesn't matter how you dance, how you move. Who cares how you dance, how you move? And fuck anybody else who say that you can't dance. It doesn't matter. As long as you move your body and you're feeling great about yourself, that's all that matters. And you're having fun, that's really all that matters. Who cares what people think? Okay, so I've been getting a lot of skateboard synchronicity. So someone who likes to skateboard, but it also can represent skating through life, like going with the flow, you know. As well as being active. I love skateboards. Ships, pirate ships. I always talk about ships, trains, you know, planes, all that, like travel, as well as like old forms of transportation. Been seeing a lot of wings, and ties into angelic beings, as well as bells, and also gaining of wings, like the fae. I'm seeing a lot of that ties into the butterflies and dragonflies. Yeah, and then as well as mountains, like feeling like there isn't a blockage like in your path, but really it's just an illusion. I did make mention of that within a previous video on why the mountain is an illusion. Okay. But again, a lot of roses, as well as lilies. Like I always talk about lilies, how that's the flower of death, and kind of like Scorpio energy, especially white lilies. But in particular, like I'm getting a lot of like spider lilies, which is like a different form, like part of the lily family, and it's red, but it looks like it ties into like kind of like the spider, like a web. Universal web. But yes, like creation, like creating your own destiny, weaving your own destiny. And there's something going on with the red. Like red is also a divine feminine color in particular. And I actually was going to wear red today, but I decided not to. But I've been connecting with the color red. Red is also my favorite color, by the way. So, fun fact. Especially like a burgundy, like a dark red, like a dark wine red, like that's something I like. Okay, so. And then also forget-me-nots and lavender. So, you guys know what those are. That's like what they've been tied into, and a lot of violet like colors as far as flowers go. So made mention of that, like kind of ties into the crown chakra and the violet flame. Also, if you're connecting with the blue flame, they want to throw that in as well. I'm getting a lot of like red apples, which is taking that red pill, like waking up, choosing to wake up from the matrix type of thing, as well as like that biblical type of synchronicities. It's very deep. It goes way deeper. We're getting a lot of clouds and compasses. Okay. I made mention of that within previous videos, as well as hearts, like a lot of hearts, like melting of the heart. Dices, which is like a lucky number, as well as taking a chance, rolling the dice. Swords, you know. A lot of, okay, swords, which is like that samurai, like masonry, like knightlyhood type of thing that I'm seeing right now. So kind of like initiation, as well as like divine feminine's like initiation of sisterhood of the rose. If you guys have been seeing a lot of roses. Sun, moon, star synchronicities, as well as like, this is new, Eiffel Tower, which is the France. Like I feel like if you guys had a past life in France or something, like you guys have tied to that, or you guys have ancestral ties to France, that could be it. But I've been getting a lot of Eiffel Tower, or someone wanting to travel to France, something happening in France. It could possibly be a grid point as well. So okay, and also it is the place of love, right? So a lot of couples like to go there for their honeymoon, etc., and just for a vacation away, like. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of music, books, and shows that they're telling me to recommend right now is Pride and Prejudice and Pride and Prejudice used to bore the shit out of me back then when I was in school, but like now I'm like, oh, there's actually more symbolism than I thought. So it's like they've been really like throwing it down my throat about Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy and their dynamic, and Mr. Darcy is a great example of a Scorpio man. Okay, someone that watches from afar, doesn't take action, but has so much feelings and emotions that are inside, but they don't. It's like the type where they're very calculating, they have to watch before taking action, and it's like also that Scorpio full moon energy that we're getting, as well as sexual energy, you know, is ruled by the sexual organs, you know. As well as Aries, so not only is it ruled by Pluto, but it's also ruled by Aries, like, which is that Mars energy. Okay, so ruled by Mars. So Aries and Scorpio, we got going on. It's like fiery water type of dynamic, okay, that I got. And Elizabeth would be a great example of the divine feminine Queen of Cups energy, but she's also Queen of Swords, which she can be very cutting with her words if she's not careful. So their dynamic is so hilarious. And if you Mr. Darcy cracks me up, okay, as a divine masculine, he's just funny. Okay, and then Zootopia, I mentioned this within a post within Instagram, like Nick and Judy, the fox and the bunny. And I tie about how, like, the fox, which is a divine masculine, is like that sneaky, cunning, but misunderstood type of individual, as well as Judy being like that bunny, like that innocence type of thing, but not really, as well as sexual energy, okay? Like birthing, creating, creation type of. And you would think that they don't go together, but they do. So I kind of explained that within my Instagram post. And then finally, I'm going to mention Final Fantasy VII. So if you guys like our video game stuff, like RPG type things. This is a Japanese-based game. This is kind of old, but they just came out. They're doing remakes of the brand new one, Final Fantasy VII. Now I'm talking about the OG one, with Cloud, you know, Zack, Tifa, and Aerith, and all that. So people who know what I'm talking about, in particular, there's something to do with their eyes. Like they're injected with Mako, or like type of energy where it makes it kind of like a bluish greenish type of hue. And I just remembered, like, my sister, she's been really getting into Final Fantasy VII for no reason. I don't know. And guess what? 7 being a really big indicator right now as far as like synchronicity wise. So very spiritual number. Okay, but the thing is that Cloud and Zack had these certain eyes, bluish green eyes, that really are striking, and as well as the sword that ties into how it was passed down. You know, people who know the story, like the sword being passed down from Angel to Zack, then to Cloud, etc. So that ties into like that sword initiation type of phase, that thing that I got going on that Spirit's been telling me, as well as like Tifa and Aerith are the divine feminine energy, and Tifa is like the complete it's like so funny. If Cloud and Zack were put together, it would be like the divine masculine energy kind of balance, but if Tifa and Aerith were to be put together, it would be like the dark and light feminine, and the Cloud and Zack would be the dark and light masculine, you know, type of thing going on. And it's so weird. It's like it was this weird triangle that a lot of people like to make it out to be, but I don't see it as a triangle. I always thought that Zack and Aerith belonged together and Cloud and Tifa were together, but a lot of people like to play with the idea because of, you know, fan service. Okay, but I won't tie into that. But Aerith liked to tend to the specific flowers, which are lilies, okay? And she used to talk to flowers and was very like la la la, like very airy, and Tifa is more like that tough individual, you know, very strength and all of that. But Aerith in particular, she's the one that said that lilies represent the flowers of reunion, the flowers of reconciliation. She told Cloud that, but Cloud also ties into the Cloud synchronicities I've been getting, okay? As well as the blue eyes, blue-green eyes. Very pretty. Okay, so I'm going to end this off right here. I don't think they're going to let me... Is there anything more before I end this off? Okay. Nope. I think they're ending it off here. Alright, so guys, much love to you guys. I'm going to end this off and send you guys off on your journey. I'm not going to do a reading for today. I already pulled some cards out for the Instagram post, so if you feel guided to, go ahead and head there, okay? So it's just a collective general reading, so if it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Throw the rest. Alright, and whenever I call out these signs and stuff like that, a lot of people don't really like to be, like, hear astrology, but these signs don't have to apply to you guys. It's the overall energy that I'm feeling, as well as the many different signs that Spirit's been throwing at me as far as to pay attention to. Okay? If anything, it's more like the fixed signs is what they've been showing me a lot. Okay, anywho, so you guys... Oh, whoa. Pay attention to the summer solstice that's coming up very soon, which is Gemini, Cancer, Leo type of energy. So something happening within the end of May all the way to August. I do know that Venus is going to be moving out of Gemini into Cancer in August. So that's very significant, okay? Anywho, I'm going to get some more information and do more research on my end, like diving more deep from Spirit and figuring out more things and the meanings of it. But I hope I can help as much as I could with this one. See you guys in my next video. Peace to you.